Today we're sharing our favorite tips and tricks to help you pack for your next Disney cruise. Hello and welcome to the Evans Family Travel YouTube page. Today we are sharing 5 of our favorite tips and tricks to help you plan as you pack for your next Disney cruise. We've gone on a few cruises already with a couple more scheduled, and every single time it feels like we've got some new things that we wish we would have known when we were packing for the cruise before, and we're looking forward to trying the next time we go on a cruise. So I thought this would be a great thing to share with everybody, just as we've compiled our list and see what might help you guys. If you have some tips that we're not sharing today, please feel free to share them with us, as we're always looking to improve our packing as well. Tip number 1, figure out what luggage you're going to bring. While Disney Cruise Line is going to have some restrictions, only allowing 2 suitcases per person, they do not restrict the size or weight of those suitcases, and that's going to give a lot of freedom to the people who are able to drive to port for their cruise. Most families, us included, do need to pay attention to the more restrictive airline guidelines for what we pack. That does mean we figure out before we're packing, are we going to check a bag, or are we all going to figure out how to make it work by using just our personal and our carry-on? More often than not, our family does have one checked luggage that we use for overflow from everybody in the family, as well as the liquids. The liquids is a big one for us, especially with sunscreen. When we're going on a cruise, we know that we're going to be in the sun, and we don't like having to put all of the sunscreen into the little 3.4 ounce bottles that TSA lets you fly with. Tip number 2, use a checklist. Our family does like to use a checklist when we're packing for a cruise because it makes sure nothing's going to get left behind, especially when my wife and I are both trying to help pack for the kids. It makes sure that nothing's going to fall between the cracks with communication, and we can make sure that everybody is going to have everything they need when we're on the ship. As a free resource, we are putting up our family's checklist onto evansfamilytravel.com. You can go find that in the blog section. We hope you find that as a very helpful resource. Tip number 3, bring vacuum sealed bags. This tip we actually came across just on our most recent cruise, and we are already packing them in our bag for the next cruise. My mom actually sent us the vacuum sealed bags thinking it would help us, and we ended up using them in a way that definitely made a difference for us. We put the vacuum sealed bags in our luggage to bring to the cruise, did not use them for any of our clothes on the way there, but when we were packing up, getting ready to disembark the ship, that's when we put our clothes in the vacuum sealed bag. They ended up taking a lot less space up, and that made room for all the souvenirs that we were bringing home. Tip number 4, pay attention to the theme nights. While most Disney cruises will have at least one theme night, whether it's a Caribbean cruise having the Pirate Night, Alaskan cruises with Frozen, some cruises do end up having more than one theme night. If it's a specialty cruise, there could be Halloween on the High Seas or a Very Merry cruise where there's going to be theme nights around Christmas or Halloween. Every now and then they do offer some Pixar Day at Sea, Star Wars Day at Sea has been a thing, and those are going to have theme nights based off of the specialty cruise. On longer cruises, there will also be a formal night where guests tend to get a little bit more dressed up. There's some really cool photo opportunities on those sailings, especially when everybody in the family is dressed up a little bit nicer. But it's important to pay attention before you go what theme nights are going to be on your cruise, so you can bring outfits accordingly. Our very first cruise was a Halloween on the High Seas, and it was so fun letting the kids do the trick-or-treating on board dressed up in their Halloween costumes. So happy that we were able to bring those Halloween costumes with. Had we not paid attention before we left, we could have missed out on that cool opportunity. Tip number 5, bring a collapsible hamper. Most staterooms on board are going to be smaller than the space you're used to living in. And with that, it's going to be very important that you can keep everything organized, keep everything tidy, especially if you're traveling as a family of 4, maybe 5, all trying to fit into that stateroom. Having a designated place to put dirty laundry is very helpful. It also helps as we go through the cruise. I can pay attention, and as a hamper is filled, I can start putting stuff in the vacuum sealed bags, get it into the luggage, knowing that we're not going to need it anymore. But with the size of the staterooms, it is very nice to just be able to have an organized place, let the kids still kind of have their routine of putting dirty clothes in the hamper, and it keeps everybody a little bit happier while we're on board. Thank you for watching our top 5 tips and tricks to help you pack for your next Disney cruise. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you do have any tips and tricks we didn't share today, please feel free to add those in the comments down below. Also, we do appreciate if you click the like and subscribe buttons. If you are planning a vacation in the near future, we would love to help you out. You can get more information at evansfamilytravel.com or emailing me, Mike at evansfamilytravel.com. Have a great day and safe travels.